Hey, I shouldn't be telling you this, but if you skip this part of the video, you will miss out on the deal of a lifetime. If you click the link in the description, you will see that Atlas VPN are giving out an offer to get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 per month. That's less than Netflix's latest price increase. Plus, it comes with 3 months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the best VPN on the market, and you can use it to watch shows that are not available on streaming services in your country. So you can watch Friends on UK Netflix, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have a subscription to Netflix. You can even use it on unlimited devices, so everyone in your house can watch Friends on UK Netflix at once. And they keep your searches private, so that we'll all finally stop spying on you. But remember, time is of the essence if you want to get this offer. Just $1.83 per month to get a 3-year subscription by clicking the link in the description below.
Am I the asshole for introducing my boyfriend's parents as grandma and grandpa to my son? This last Thursday I, 29F, went over to my boyfriend, Jay's 25M, house for Thanksgiving and brought my son, 4, with me. I and Jay have been together for a year and a half now, and he is the most amazing man in the world. He's been amazing with my son, his bio father is not in his life, and I can genuinely see him as the one. Jay's parents came over as well. It's not that I don't get along with them, it's just I have only ever seen them 3 times before this Thanksgiving. I have not had any time to really bond with them, I guess. They had never met my son in person either, but they both knew about him. By the time I arrived, Jay's parents were already there and helping him finish up dinner. We greeted each other and Jay's dad asked, "And who's this little guy?" I introduced them to my son and then introduced Jay's parents as grandma and grandpa to my precious boy. I didn't notice at the time, but all 3 of them became quiet almost immediately. I ended up waiting in the living room alone for almost half an hour before dinner and things just were incredibly awkward for the rest of the night. My son did end up calling his parents by grandpa and grandma, and I quickly noticed both of them would be very disingenuous and awkward about it over dinner, but they did not say anything to me about it. They didn't stick around for long after either, but when they left both were very cold to me. I asked Jay what was their deal and he lost it at me. He claims I put him in an incredibly awkward position. His parents apparently didn't think we were that serious yet and began to question him if I was only using him as a replacement daddy. He said that it was way out of line to introduce them that way without even talking to him beforehand. I think it's ridiculous. If one day he's going to be my son's stepdad, then why go through this formal nonsense? He claimed that's not the point, and we ended up fighting till I stormed out. We have not talked since and I have simply been waiting for an apology. I talked with my sister about it last night and she said she was mortified to hear this. Saying she also didn't get the read that we were all that serious and she never felt like Jay intended to take on a dad role. This has got me questioning if I was wrong. Edit. Okay, I messed up. I genuinely thought Jay would be okay with this. Jay has always treated my son so well. I guess I misread treating him kindly as being okay with being his father figure. I'm pretty sure I ruined this for myself, but most importantly I hurt my son through all this. Edit 2. I called Jay and apologized. We're going to be taking a break. I'm going to look into making sure I didn't scar my kid with this. You are the asshole. You basically made the decision that Jay and his family are now your son's family all on your own, with no discussion beforehand, and that is why everyone is upset. While I'm sure no one is against the idea outright, the formal nonsense is a very necessary step when it comes to merging families. And to be honest, you probably need to have a serious discussion with Jay about where this is heading sooner rather than later if both his parents and your sister did not think you two were that serious. What if he does not actually see himself as a father to your child, or does not see the relationship that seriously either? This is why we need the formal nonsense and talking it through with everyone involved. You are the asshole. That's a major leap to introduce them with those terms when they don't fulfill that role. And the fact that he may one day be stepdad doesn't mean he's dad unless you had a serious discussion about if he will take on that role. Am I the asshole for not adding a 3rd bathroom to our house? My husband, our daughters, 18, 16, 16, 12, and I live in a 4-bed 2-bath house. All of the girls share a bathroom and they've been complaining about it for a while. We've been saying we'll convert the laundry room into a bathroom for the twins for a while. It's an expensive project so we've never gotten to it. My husband and I started working on our garage recently and turned it into a gym for him, a new laundry room, and an office for me. Then we came into some money and decided to renovate both bathrooms, remodel the kitchen, and do work on the backyard. The girls were pissed when we told them about the work we were doing on the house. They were saying it's not fair that my husband gets a gym when the twins share a room and that we chose to work on the backyard instead of adding the third bathroom. They've been calling us selfish and even got our parents and siblings to give us a hard time for not giving the girls another bathroom or giving the twins their own rooms. They don't understand that now that the laundry room is done we have the space for the bathroom. The bathroom is next on our list. I wanted to get some outside opinions on this since our kids and our families have been giving us a hard time. You are the asshole. You said the bathroom is next, but you also said you're working on the backyard first. So which is true? Either way you're prioritizing projects that only benefit you and your husband, and putting off the project that will benefit 4 people. Are you trying to postpone it until they've all moved out? You are the asshole. 4 share 1 bathroom and you and your husband 1? And dearest daddy needs his gym loudly crying loudly crying loudly crying loudly crying, s. You are the asshole for no other reason than you've led the girls to believe that it would be done when you get the opportunity. You have the chance and doing everything but. Am I the asshole for how I reacted when I found out that my husband uninstalled my office lock? Ever since I started working from home. My husband has started treating it as if I'm not really working. He believes WFH isn't as much a real job as leaving the house and driving to your workplace. He'd interrupt me at all times, send the kids in so I could help them get things done. He even goes in randomly and asks me to do things under the guise of, just a minute. You won't get fired over a minute break. I have grown tired of the constant barging, so what I did was purchase a lock and lock the office to no longer give him access to interrupt me. He found out and uninstalled it while I was. He said that it's his house and that I cannot lock him out of any room in it. I was floored once I saw that he threw the lock away. I went off at him just screaming my head off telling him that he was jeopardizing my livelihood. And his body language and tone changed. He started ranting about how I'm being cruel for accusing him of such things and selfish for even entertaining the idea of keeping him and the kids out and ignoring them like that. He stormed off and left and had his mother lecture me about how I'm being unfair prioritizing work over family and stuff like that. Lastly, she talked about yelling at my husband and trying to intimidate and control him. He's been quiet since then. AITA? For my reaction. Not the asshole, your employment is at risk, so is your marriage. His actions disrespect you on many levels. Is this common behavior for him? Disregard your requests, throw away a tool you installed, rant, claim he can do anything in the house, enlist his mother to rant as well? He stated, you won't get fired over a minute break. How does he know this? This erodes your expertise and opinion on the matter. I am sorry you are going through this, but it may be the wake-up call you need. If you both cannot put forth basic courtesy and effective communication, then you and the children will lose big time. Not the asshole, he's being a colossal ass and intentionally trying to sabotage your career for some reason. Jealousy, misogyny, insecurity, or just plain laziness maybe. Am I the asshole for pausing my husband's game because he wouldn't give our baby a bath on time? I, 23F. Paused the internet on every single device in the apartment because my husband, 23M, refused to get off of the game to give our 8-Malio son a bath on time. I know this sounds like you are the asshole, but let me explain. There's a lot of background information that went into this decision. My husband does not help with the household whatsoever. Doesn't wash dishes, do laundry, clean any room of the house, cook dinner, etc. He'll get home and throw off his uniform onto the floor and leave it there until the next day. If the house is dirty, he'll chide me and tell me that I don't do anything, I don't clean enough, I don't cook dinner enough, etc. Our biggest issue is the baby. I am the main caretaker for our son 99.9% of the time. I get up with him during the night when he wakes up crying. My husband will hear or there, but he'll start screaming at me about how he needs his rest and I need to get up. If our son is sick, I'm the one that takes off work. I've missed almost 6 weeks of work in the past 3 months because my husband wouldn't even ask his supervisor if he could stay home one of those days. I'm the one that gets up at 6 a.m. and stays up with our son until about 12 p.m. 1 p.m. and that's when I tell my husband he needs to get up and take care of the baby so I can take a nap. He sleeps anywhere from 8–14 hours a day while I take a nap between 1–4 hours. Once I get up, he complains that I've been sleeping all day, while he's been taking care of the baby by himself and I'm lazy. I recently got promoted to E5 after being up 3 times in a row and taking a hard exam that I studied for. My husband unfortunately didn't make it this time around and is still in E3, and he blames me for it, saying if he didn't have to transfer after a year at his previous command he would have made it. My husband told me that it's not a surprise that I made it because my job is easy and all we do is sit at computers all day while he works out in the sun and cold on equipment. I'm in intelligence and he's got a manual labor job. Then he'll say he's joking and didn't mean to be rude, but this is a constant thing he does. I paused the game tonight because every night we feed our son and give him a bath at 7 p.m. on the dot. He's always had this routine. After I fed the baby, I told my husband that it was time for the bath, after I already laid out all the baby supplies and clothes for after bath. And my husband told me to just sit the baby down in the playpen until he's done with the game. I gently told him no, that it's bedtime and I wasn't going to shift our son's routine so he could play the game for an extra half hour and my husband needs to learn to prioritize. I then paused the game and my husband flew off the handle, threatening to break my phone and refused to give our son a bath and called me lazy for not doing it instead. My husband literally hops on the game and plays from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep. Am I the asshole? The issue is not the game, the issue is that he's abusive. Update. My husband just came into the bedroom and told me he wants a divorce because he's sick of my shit. Lol. For those asking why I had a baby with him, trust me, I've asked myself the same thing over and over again. But hindsight is 20/20, baby is here and a very lovely boy and the light of my life. It hurts my heart to think his father doesn't see him as a priority, as well as him possibly growing up to treat women the way his father treats me. Trust me, I want to leave and have been thinking about it for a while.